Formula Medicine to its creation?
Oh, that's a nice question. The goal for me has always been at the beginning to make research, to understand what the driver needs. For example, it's easier when you are a coach in tennis, because obviously if you are a coach in tennis means that you have been a previous champion, or football, so it means that you tried on yourself what a football player, what a tennis player needs. But it's difficult to teach how to behave, what to eat, how to do, how to train to a driver, to a Formula 1 driver, when I have not been a Formula 1 driver. So was necessary. Many persons, what I dislike of this sport is that many persons, they have the answer even if they didn't study, if they didn't do any specific research. For me, they bluff. You understand the bluff? They talk about things that they don't know. So my first goal from the beginning immediately was to do research, to understand what's going on inside the car. So that's why in '89 was my first season in Formula 1. I was already putting on Ivan Capelli a heart rate recorder, which was so big, so huge, because at the market the technology was very low profile. So I was starting like this, and the team was against me because they say he cannot race with this kind of thing. So I had to fight against the team to develop new instrument, to monitor the driver. So that was the first goal for me, to understand the driver, to make research. The second goal was to become a top in the environmental motorsport of training. So I was I am always trying to be at the top, to be the best, to be over all the others. That's it.
What condition must be met before a member?
A member of
Formula Medicine.
It's just our client, our driver, that they have only one requirement, to try to be professional. In our company, when a driver is coming 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, every day is minimum 6 hours of training. 2 sessions, morning and afternoon, minimum 3 hours. Minimum is 1 hour and a half mental, 1 hour and a half physical in the morning, and again in the afternoon 1 hour and a half mental and 1 hour and a half physical. So it's 6 hours. Many drivers, they don't like this. Many drivers, they are spoiled. Many drivers, they want to enjoy life. Yeah. Many drivers, they have not a professional attitude. So I would say the main thing is to have a professional attitude. Otherwise, you cannot stay in Formula Medicine, and you can say that maybe you can criticize our work. So I don't need this kind of driver.
And there is a budget to benefit from the help of Formula Medicine?
Formula Medicine is a private company, completely private. I can say, I can compare Formula Medicine with a racing team. We have an outcome, cost money. I have a people, I have a company that I have development, research, new instruments. So I have a budget to spend every year, exactly like a team. And I need an income which is at least a little bit over this. So what we try to do is to have obviously driver, team, and that they pay a fee to be partner. As a team, I can say privately, I can say that sometimes you see some drivers that really deserve, because they have a high potentiality and they are professional. So, and if they don't have money, we try to help them. And exactly like you can compare Formula Medicine like a Formula 3 team, like a GP2 team, like a GP3. We try to make a selection. Obviously, we need the driver pay, but we are quite flexible to understand every single situation.
Your center is divided in 3 parts: athletic, mental, and medical.
Yeah.
Can you give us some example of the exercise?
Well, we have a full medical department, which means we can do the full basic checkup, blood test, echocardiogram, echography, ultrasound of the total body, VO2 max, electrocardiogram under effort, body composition, postural, whatever is necessary for a medical checkup we can do inside our clinic. Close to the clinic there is the mental training. Mental training is special, is the most important, and no one has this kind of mental training because it has been completely developed by us. So the name is mental economy training because we investigate the brain of the drivers, and we saw that the characteristic of the top driver is to be economic, not top performance with the brain. They can lose a reaction time challenge with my secretary. So Formula One is not a superstar in reaction time, but they are quite economic with the brain. They are able to do the same performance like you and me, but consuming much less energy. So this is the most important point, and so our training is finalized to develop this attitude, the mental economy, and we create a sophisticated system, instrument, methodology. Every kind of this is finalized to develop the economic attitude of the brain. So it's difficult to explain, but we have instrument, we have some tests that they are made completely sitting, because in this way we isolate the brain and we check how much the brain consumes during performance. Some other tests that involve the muscle, so they are psychophysical exercise, and we check how much they consume, and so we work slowly to improve the performance and to reduce the consume of the brain in a personalized way. So you can achieve this goal with some working, another one which has a different character has to do something different. So the mental training is quite complicated. It's really long, many tests, many things. So it takes time for us to deeply study a person, means at least 4 or 5 days. And then there is a gym, which is big, huge, sophisticated, with many different kind of exercise, still connected with the mental training. Also the exercise in the gym are involving reaction time, are involving balance, are involving the neuromuscular coordination. We nearly don't work nearly nothing on just sitting and do the single exercise. And that is our strength is that the trainer, the physiotherapist, the psychologist, the doctor, they work every day all together. So we do a meeting every morning before to start the work. We analyze the day before, and we program the day which is coming, and all together. So my psychologist can be a trainer, and my trainer can be a psychologist, because working all together, we make the last report all together. So we talk the same language even we come from different professions. This is our big strength. This is, I can say without any risk that someone can say different, we are the only one working like this, especially in motorsport. You cannot find a private company working like this. You can go everywhere. When some driver is by contact, by mail, is not sure if come to Formula One, I say come for a couple of days for free, and then after you will decide, you will compare with the other. And no chance, no one can say, the other they are better. No one.
And the Michael Schumacher logos, it is very similar of yours. Is it a coincidence?
The logo, you mean?
Yeah. The same.
We did the logo before him,
Yeah.
so it's a coincidence. Because my logo was studied in...
It's my coincidence. It's nice.
Yeah, yes, my logo was studied in, I would say, in 93, 92. And Michael joined Formula One in 90 or 91, so he was just, so we did in advance. Then obviously it was similar, but it was a coincidence.